Hello, and welcome to 97.9 Unity Radio, the best coverage for your Worcester Red Sox. Yes, this is WOOCAST, and I am here, Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe, going at it solo. The guys had some plans this weekend. So unfortunately, you are stuck with me. And we'll go over the past week for the Worcester Red Sox. And it looks like things are turning around after their trip to Wilkes-Barre Scranton, or Scranton Wilkes-Barre. And it all started on a high note with a victory. Final game on Sunday, the Woo Sox won 7-4, 7-4, putting them to 28-28, fourth place in the International East. So a lot going on, and some good things for the Woo Sox. And like we talked about last week, we were hoping they would catch fire, and that is exactly what appears to be happening. So it's exciting to see. This game started off a little bit slow. In the bottom of the third, TJ Rumsfeld had a sacrifice fly to Roman Anthony, and Jake Gatewood scored for the Railriders, and that put them up 1-0. And then coming to the plate, Brian De La Cruz homered, his third on the year. Jesus Rodriguez scores, and as Everson Pereira scores. That put Scranton Wilkes-Barre up 4-0. 4-0. Going into the fourth inning. Nothing doing there. Nothing doing in the fifth. Then in the sixth inning, our Woo Sox begin to come to life. The password singled on a ground ball, and Carson Simus scores. Roman Anthony scores, and Romy Gonzalez moved to second. That put Scranton's Wilkes-Barre up 4-2. Ryan Noda on a sacrifice fly. Brian De La Cruz caught it, and Romy Gonzalez scored. That made it 2 outs, but Wilkes-Barre was now down. The Woo Sox were down 4-3. Top of the seventh. Tyler McDonough comes to the plate. And what does he do? He hits a home run to right field, and Yasmande Grandel scored. That gave the Woo Sox the lead 5-4. And in the top of the eighth, to add some insurance runs on the password, which nobody's figured out the answer to yet, had a home run to left field. Worcester was up 6-4, and then Tyler McDonough singled, and Trace Thompson scored. That put Worcester up 7-4 and closed the game. Pitching wise, Worcester went with Ponce de Leon, who pitched 2 1/3. He gave up 3 earned runs, and he struck out 3. Then it was a smorgasbord all the way down to Salucci, who got the win, putting him to 2-1. He only pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, struck out 1, got out of there. The hold goes to Mata, who pitched 1 inning, 2 walks, but he did strike out 2, and he got out of the inning clean. And the save went to Isaiah Campbell. He pitched 2 innings, scoreless, and he struck out 1. So it was good to see Worcester close out the series on a victory. and that really transcended what got them on a roll with the Rochester Red Wings coming to town. The Rochester Red Wings are I believe, the proverbial worst team in the league. And it started Tuesday night, which was Tail Wagging Tuesday. Tail Wagging Tuesday. Tail Wagging Tuesday. You can't beat that all the way. And it was a 6-5 victory for the Woo Sox, and it put them, again, they had a winning record, 29-28. Campbell got the win, moves to 4-3. Peterson took the loss. The biggest moments in the game were in the bottom of the third. Ryan Noda singled. Vaughn Grissom scored. Blaze Jordan scored. Ryan Noda tried to stretch it to second. He was thrown. He was thrown out. And then, it looked like they tried to move another runner over. Yohande Morales and Trey Lipsum, and they were out. So they did get 2 runs, but they unfortunately closed out the inning, left runners on base. But it's good to see the hitting improving. They did have 11 hits, 6 run on 11 hits. Rochester had 10 hits and 5 runs. So we go to, I believe, the next inning with some scoring was the 6th inning, and it was Rochester. Jackson Clough singled on a bunt. I love it. He bunted. And Darren Baker scored. So I love that squeeze play where they try to bunt the runner home. And there was a throwing error by catcher Sebi Zavala as well. That tied the game, Rochester 2-2. But before that, Brady House homered on a fly ball, and that's what put Rochester on the board in the top of the 4th, 2-1, and then the bunt made it 2-2. So to add insult to injury, Trey Lipsum singled and Jackson Clough scored, and it was 3-2 Rochester. Crazy enough, the Woo Sox decide to rally in the bottom of the 9th. And who comes to the plate? None other than Roman Anthony. Roman Anthony is just on fire. Like, I don't know if we can put him out. He hit a solo home run, tied the game, went into extra innings. And then at the top of the 10th, which is even more interesting, the top of the 10th, Jackson Clough for Rochester singled, and Andrew Pickney scored. That put Rochester up 4-3 in the 10th. And then Jackson Clough steals second base, with runners on first and third. Darren Baker scores, and then they were able to get out of the inning, but they did give up 2 runs. They were down 5-3 going into the bottom of the 10th. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. When you have Ryan Noda coming to the plate with a runner on base, he hit a home run, his first on the year, and it was a 2-run shot. Blaze Noda scored. That tied the game. And then Sebi Zavala, who had a throwing error when someone bunted against him, he had a sacrifice bunt, and Trace Thompson scored, and there was a throwing error as well by their catcher, Drew Millis, and that was a ball game. Worcester came back, showed great mental toughness, grit, determination. It's just great to see them not give up, because in such a difficult situation, especially being in extra innings where you're really dependent on, needing those runs, and you're down 2 and you're able to come back and get the victory, that just shows, like I said, this is a squad that never says die. Rochester pitched 8 pitchers. The Woo Sox pitched 4. Stock went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, one home run. That was the big home run. But again, only 1 run was earned. The 3 earned runs came on the throwing error from our catcher. Olds came in for an inning, did his job, shut everyone down. He had 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no runs, got out of the inning okay. Hope came in, 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, no runs. And the win goes to Isaiah Campbell. So he's picking up a save, and then he's picking up a win. 1 inning pitched. I believe it was extra innings. He gave up 2 runs, no earned runs. But he did give up 2 runs. That was on the throwing error again. But he did pick up the victory because his offense, Ryan Noda and Sebi Zavala, picked him up in the 10th. So that was a big win for Worcester. Like we said, this was a run they needed to get on. This was a team they were better than. They needed to show it game in and game out and establish themselves. It was an opportunity to go on a run this series, build some momentum, and like we said, close out the first half of the season, getting up there close to first place. So after that game, it was Wednesday night, and they played Rochester again, and wouldn't you know it, another fantastic performance. 9-1, our Woo Sox won, and 2 games above 500, 30-28. Van Bell got the win. Schumann took the loss. Now, the key moments, obviously, we started fast, which was good to see because we had started slow previously. 7 runs in the first inning, and it started Nate Eaton singled, Nick Sogard and the Password scored. That put us up 2-0 in the bottom of the first. There was a stolen base. Nate Eaton stole third. I love the aggressiveness on the base path. That has definitely picked up this season. It was a double steal, actually. Nate Eaton stole third base. Vaughn Grisham stole second base. There was a throwing error by catcher Brady Lindsley, and Nate Eaton was able to score, and that put Worcester up 3-0. Compounding things, Blaze Jordan doubled, and Vaughn Grisham scored. We're up 4-0. Nathan Hickey, Casey at the bat, hits his 9th home run. It was a 3-run shot. Nobody better. A 3-run shot that put Worcester up 7-0. 7-0. That is one hell of a first inning. And from there, it was, pretty much cruise control all the way through. The bottom of the third, Blaze Jordan homered to put Worcester up 8-0. And then the top of the fifth was the only run by Rochester, I believe. Yeah, it was the only run by Rochester. Brady Lindsley singled and Andrew Pickney scored. Bottom of the fifth, Vaughn Grisham. It's great to see him rolling. He had a solo home run that put us up 9-1. So it's great to see our offensive firepower explode. It's great to see our offensive firepower explode early. It's great to see our aggressiveness on the base path. They're doing a phenomenal job managing this team and taking advantage of what they have. They've had players move up, they've had trades, and they've done the most with what they've had. Van Bell, especially, I've been very impressed by him. 5-1. He goes 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run. He struck out 5. Great job. Penrod comes in for 1 2/3. He gives up 3 hits, strikes out 2, no runs. And then Adams comes in for 1 1/3, struck out his guy. And that was all she wrote. 7,863 people came out to Polar Park. Great to see. It was 77 and sunny, and just a great atmosphere. Polar Park is a wonderful, wonderful experience. If you get a chance to go, take your kids. There's no shortage of activities. There's no shortage of fun. And I encourage anyone to get that experience. But that's what we needed. Now we're up 30-28. We have we're above 2 games above 500, which was what we needed. This was a series we talked about beforehand, taking advantage of. And we have taken advantage of this series throughout. Thursday night's game was a little bit tighter. We won 9-6. 9-6. Mills was the winning pitcher. 1-2 on the year. Alvarez is 0-6 for the Red Wings. And again, this was a battle. This was a battle all the way through. There was nothing going really early on. And then in the top of the fourth, Frenchie Cordero homered, and that put Rochester up 1-0. The bottom of the fourth, Blaze Jordan for Worcester doubled, and Nick Nell, Nate Eaton scored. Nate Eaton scored and Vaughn Grissom scored. That put Worcester up 2-1. Top of the fifth, Brady House homered for the Red Wings, and that tied the game 2-2. Bottom of the fifth, Philip Sykes homered, and that put Worcester up 3-2. And then the password, who nobody can find out the answer to, he tripled. He had a triple. And Nick Sogard scored. That put Worcester up 4-2. Nate Eaton followed with a double. The password made his way around the bases and scored. That put Worcester up 5-2. Top of the seventh, Drew Mills had a solo home run, put Worcester up still 5-3. Bottom of the eighth, bases loaded. Sebi Zavala walked. Vaughn Grisham scored. Blaze Jordan went to third. Trace Thompson went to second. That put Worcester up 6-3. Bases are still loaded. How about this one? Roman Anthony walks. Blaze Jordan scored. Trace Thompson to second. Sebi Zavala to second. I'm sorry. Blaze Jordan scores. Trace Thompson to third. Sebi Zavala to second. Worcester's up 7-3. Bases loaded. And then Nick Sogard doubled. And Trace Thompson scored. Sebi Zavala scored. That put Worcester up 9-3. Now, the top of the ninth, Rochester would not go quietly into the night. Yohande Morales homered. That put Worcester up 9-4. Juan Yepes singled on a ground ball, and Nick Schnell scored. There's still 2 runners on base, and then Brady House singled on a sharp line drive. It was deflected to third baseman Nate Eaton, but Drew Mills scored, and Juan Yepes moved to second. That put Rochester as close as they were going to get. They lose 9-6. 9-6. So it was good to see Worcester start fast, and it was good to see them fight their way through adversity at the end of the game. They had a lot of things going wrong. 3 runs scored, and they still come out with the victory. Coffey started. He went 3 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Mills got the win, 1 2. He pitched an inning and 2/3, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. Adams got the hold, one of the holds. He pitched 1 inning, struck out 2. Mata got another hold. He pitched 2 innings. He struck out 2. He gave up 1 earned run, 1 hit. That was it. And then Campbell came in to try and close things out. It was definitely not easy. He gave up 5 hits in 1 inning pitched, 3 runs, 3 earned runs. He struck out 1. My question is, what has happened to Guerrero? Guerrero was an ace, and he has not seemed to be playing in these situations. And then let me see. It was Friday. It was the 6-3 game. Let me just make sure I have that up. Friday, it was 6-3. Yeah, so I want to make sure I get this accurate. Okay. Friday, 6-3. The Woo Sox on a roll right now. You could call it a winning streak. I don't want to jinx it. Adams had the win. He went to 1-2. Weigel got the loss, 4-3. Hop got the save, second on the year, and the Sox won 6-3. The scoring was consistent throughout. Nick Sogard in the bottom of the first homered, solo shot, Worcester up 1-0. Bottom of the second, Ryan Noda homered, solo shot, Worcester up 2-0 on Rochester. Bottom of the fourth, Ryan Noda homered again. That's his 3rd on the year. That put Worcester up 3-0. Top of the sixth, Andreas Caprero homered, and JT Arruda scored. It was a 2-run shot, so Worcester was up 3-2. Top of the 8th, Andreas Caprero lined out to Trace Thompson. It was a sacrifice fly, basically. JT Arruda scored with 2 outs and tied the game 3-3. Worcester gets out of that. Bottom of the 8th, Blaze Jordan doubled, and Nate Eaton scored. Blaze Jordan, haven't heard a lot about him. Big shot here that put them in the lead. They were up 4-3. And then Blake Sable hits a ground rule double on a line drive down the left field line. Trace Thompson scored. Worcester was up 5-3. And in the bottom of the eighth as well, Nathan Hickey doubled and Blake Sable scored. That was all she wrote. Worcester won 6-3. The pitching, Uberstein started 5 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. A good outing for him. Salucci came in. He gets the credit for the hold. He was an inning and 2/3, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, and 4 strikeouts. Adams gets the win, but he also gets a blown save, I guess. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, and he gave up 1 hit, no earned runs. Hope got the save, 1 inning pitched, 2 strikeouts. So that was a big win for them. You know, you look at their record overall: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. And that's exactly what we talked about that they needed. They needed to take advantage of Rochester coming to town, and they needed this opportunity to move up. 33-28. It's the most they've been up over 500 in a long time. So I was very happy to see this. They won 10-4, closing out. The series closes out today at 1 o'clock. But again, just impressive scoring. 9 hits. Both teams had 9 hits. Just Worcester had 10 runs, and Rochester had 4. It started, now this is interesting. Rochester, Andres Caprero singled, and Darren Baker scored. Darren Lyle scored. Brady House moved to second. Rochester was up 2-0 in the top of the first. Andrew Pickney singled. Brady House scores. Andreas Trapero scores. Yohande Morales to third. Andrew Pickney to second. Andrew Pickney advanced to second on a throwing error by the password. Rochester is now up 4-0. The bottom of the fourth, Nate Eaton grounded into a force out, and Roman Anthony scored. That put Worcester on the board, 4-1. Bottom of the second, Tyler McDonough had a sacrifice fly. Ryan Noda scored. That was 2 outs. Rochester is still up. Rochester's up 4-2. Bottom of the fifth, Ryan Noda doubles. Line drive. And the password scores. Nate Eaton scores. Ryan Noda advanced to third on a throwing error. The game is now tied 4-4. And then one of the top prospects, Trace Thompson, he's going to get called up any day now. He singled, and Ryan Noda scored. That put Worcester up 5-4. Bottom of the eighth, Casey at the bat. The man who is performing outstanding consistently day in and day out, Roman freaking Anthony. Grand slam home run, his 10th on the year. 10th on the year. So Roman Anthony scores, Blaze Jordan scores, Ryan Noda scores, Sebi Zavala scores. That put Worcester up 9-4. And for insurance, Nick Sogard homered, and that put Worcester up 10-4. So just an amazing offensive output. The firepower this team has, when they're on, they can just explode. And I love to see it. The pitching, that can't be right. I see Fitz. He's back. Oh my God, Richard Dickey Fitz is back with the Woo Sox. 3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs. I'm sorry, Dickie, you didn't pitch that well, but we'll get you back in order. Oh, it's great to see Richard Fitz. We got to get an interview with him. I'm gonna message him. We need Richard Fitz on the air. Olds got the win, 3 innings, 3 walks, 3 Ks. Penrod got the hold, 1 inning, 2 Ks. Adams got another hold, 1 inning, 2 Ks. Isaiah Campbell, 1 inning, 2 hits, no runs, 1 K. But the story of the night, the return of the man himself, Richard the Dickie Fitz. And it does. The Dick fits. That's all I can say about Richard. He is a monster, and he just fits. It's good to have him back. I'm sure it's just temporarily, and he'll be back up with the big club. But just looking at the statistics overall, Roman Anthony's batting .290, 29 RBIs, 10 home runs. Then you have Nathan Hickey, first baseman. He catches sometimes. He is batting .229, but he has 34 RBIs, 9 home runs. Marcelo Mayer is the guy, .271, 43 RBIs, 9 home runs. Trace Thompson, another top prospect, .266, 16 RBIs, 5 home runs. Vaughn Grissom, I'd love to see them get him going. 4 home runs, 18 RBIs in 53 games played. Noda has he's done a very, very good job. He's batting .400. The man has 12 RBIs, 3 home runs. So the offense is just solid all the way around. I want to check the pitching. And because I know that we have a bit of a tough stretch coming up. So I want to make sure that I have that correct. Pitching right now, Birdie is the guy. He's 4-0. 4-0 on the year. Isaiah Campbell is 4-3, and he also leads the team with 7 saves. And then it's really just a smorgasbord of guys. Van Bell has been pitching very well. He's 5-1, 5-1 on the year. And in his 12 games, he's been solid and dependable. And Matt is 1-0 in 16 games. We'd like to see more production out of him. Guerrero is 2-1 in only 15 games, so I don't know if there's an injury there or what. But their pitching has been better. But the hitting has been carrying them. So they finished today with Rochester. The next 2 weeks are going to be vicious. We got to play at Lehigh Valley. We need to go down there and get some wins. The last time we were there, we did not perform well. We need to win 4 out of 2. If we can get 4 out of 2, we'll be in good shape. Then Buffalo, I think we can handle. We played Buffalo well last time. And then we finished the month with Scranton Wilkes-Barre. So it's looking good for the Woo Sox. I like their production. I like their team. I like their chemistry. I think they're playing well together. I miss Jeremy Bandy and John Gwines and the Bink to educate me on these players. But everything we talked about is coming to fruition. They handled their business at Scranton Wilkes-Barre with the Railriders. They dominated the Rochester team, and they should close things out today with a victory. Now they've built that momentum. Now they're on the roll. You've seen them in situations where they've had to come back. You've seen them in situations where they've started fast and added runs. So I think that you're seeing the mettle of this team. testing their adversity, and they're capable of overcoming anything, no matter what's thrown their way. So I give them all the credit in the world. Go Woo Sox. Go Woo Sox. I'm Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe, all by himself because nobody likes me. And I'm good at taking up time. I'm a filler. I'm a time filler. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges. And, you can throw them right back at Jeremy Bink